Have you guys ever played Minecraft on your PS4, your Xbox? Then you guys must be familiar with this world. It is one of the most iconic maps ever to exist in Minecraft. This is the Festive Edition map. Unfortunately, Legacy Edition was canceled in 2019, but all the Legacy maps are downloadable. In this video, I'm going to be recreating this entire Festive map and putting it inside my hardcore world. What's going on, guys? RobertPlays here. Welcome back to another hardcore episode, and in this episode we are going to be building something super special. We are going to be building the OG PS4 Minecraft map. The last time this map was available was a while ago. I mean, it's been a long time, and it's personally one of my favorite maps, so I've decided to recreate it in my world because yeah, I love nostalgia. But before we kick into that, as you guys can notice around this world without the texture pack on, is a lot of these builds are actually made of mossy stone. So I went ahead and made this moss farm real quickly so we can get a lot of moss per hour, so we can make all these roads and houses and stuff out of the mossy stone. And also to save you guys from having to watch me, just mine forever, I went ahead and mined an entire shulker box of cobblestone right here. So now that we have the entire shulker box of mossy cobblestone, we can finally get started with this project. Now, the first thing we have to find is a big, fat, snowy plains biome because, as you guys know, this festive tutorial thing was built in the snowy plains. And I think that's a snowy plains. Is it big? Pause. Yo. Okay, I think this area right here is perfect. I mean, it's just a giant mountain. Obviously, if this area, needs to be flattened and stuff, I'll flatten it. But we are here, and we're going to set our little base up here. And there is a village nearby, so I am probably going to pull some villagers from that to make this area populated. Let's go ahead and flip over to the festive world real quick. So as we can see, a lot of it is oak, jungle, and quartz. And bricks. Oh, Jesus. And birch. We'll worry about the bricks and stuff later. For now, let's go ahead and grab ourselves some of the wood that we need. I should have probably brought a bed. Yeah, I'm gonna go steal one. So the first thing I noticed spawning in is that they have a path. Okay, that's like 100 blocks. Oh, we need regular cobblestone? Oh, And let's just go ahead and transition, save the time for y'all to where I get all the cobblestone, and whoosh, bang. I'm sorry. And after some mining, I got a lot of cobblestone. Now let's finally get started on building the path. So I think the best way that we could do this is build the first path right here, since there's an opening right over, you know where I'm pointing. Here's this first one done. We also got a bunch of dirt out of it, which is very good. Now, I will say this. We're going to be jumping from world to world a lot because I want to make this as precise as possible. So now there's a second path that is exactly... Let me do the math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. It's 46 blocks away. So now we just got to do that math here. So right here is the beginning of the path. There's no easy way to say this, but I have to Alt F4 a lot of this mountain. Great. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw in an Avengers movie, and we're just going to absolutely delete this entire landscape. Whew. Oh. Hey, you guys are allowed here. So I'm almost done with Avengers Endgame, and I finally completed this area. We can actually see the village over there now, which is really good. And there we go. We got both the pathways done, and it is looking very nice so far. Now we have to jump back into the world and see our next step. So let's just go ahead and transition. So as you guys can see here, we're going to go ahead and get some of these fences started. There. Obviously, I'm liking the look of it so far. Now let's go ahead and jump right back into the world because I got to look at another part of the thing. So the first thing I kind of want to get down is this path. Because of how, weird it is. Now this took a lot of flip-flopping between the Festive world and my hardcore world to get the exact dimensions, but eventually we got it down. And let's go ahead and get a quick transition over to our layout, and boom. So as you guys can see, I went ahead and did a little bit of land, terrain, terraforming, whatever you call it. We're going to go ahead and get started over here with a couple of these front houses, and then we're going to start moving from there. And it's going to go by pretty smoothly, guys. I will just say that right now. And that is building 1 done, and it looks exactly identical to the building on screen right now. Now, next up, before I do anything, I want to quickly build this wishing well thingamajiggy. We just need to simply do this. And we're done. I'm lying. No, we're not. So, a lot of these builds, they require quartz, and that is something I do not have. So let's just go ahead and spin into the nether real quick. Now that we did all that, we have all of this quartz, and now we can finally start placing some of the roofs. And that is officially building number 2 done. Now let's take a look at building number 3. So building number 3 is just this basic bridge, which is made of just slabs and stairs and walls. And that's this building done. So 5 and 6 on the... So this is where the 2 doors are supposed to be. 1, 2, 3. So for the next 45 minutes, I jumped from the Festive world to my world to see the dimensions of this building, and eventually I got somewhere. Now I'm gonna go ahead and build the blacksmith house in replay mode. So yeah, cue the replay. And look at that, we made the building, and wow, it looks absolutely amazing. It's actually like really crazy that I remade this. Now we're gonna move on to the next part, which is gonna be this middle section right here. We're gonna start building the food stands or whatever they had to offer here. So this is what one of them roughly looks like with all the decorations. Now we gotta make 6 more, so oh, and there's 6 more. Wow, I just spit all over my mic. Then I spent the next couple of minutes building all the buildings over here on the left side. And once again, I'm still swapping over from the hardcore to festive tab, so this is all kind of stupid. I need to get back to base to grab some resources, but I decided to stop with the buildings for now. I actually want to work on some of the... How are you in here? How? I want to work on some of the landscape around because, as you guys know, we have to mock the landscape. We're just gonna go ahead and do that with a good old compilation, so hit it. So while I was terraforming, I thought it'd be a good idea that I only build part of the OG Festive map, but it's still gonna be pretty iconic. We're gonna build as much terrain as possible and as much buildings as possible that stand out, but I also want to build some modern stuff. I want to build some hills around to make it look nice. And also, we're going to add some lore to it. I'm going to be building a time machine that surrounds the place, that brings back part of the map as some lore for my world. And that is this little landscaping thing done. And I decided to build the building as well because it gives me a general ground of what I need to do up here. And this is what we got so far. So are you guys getting some nostalgia? Because I think I'm doing a pretty good job building this. Before I could pick up with building, I couldn't build any buildings over here because everything is in the way, aka all this land. So with the power of editing, I'm just going to go ahead and just whoosh this all away. And whoosh. It totally didn't take an hour to mine this. So we can finally start getting done with the last couple buildings here, which I think there's only 2 more buildings I have to do in this area. And then we are finally done with this district. Wait, I lied. Hold on. I lied. We're not done with this district yet, because we still have stuff over here that we got to start building. But let's go ahead and start with this. And there we go, we are officially done with this section. Now before we move on to that section, I actually want to build the dimensions for this giant area over here, aka the clock area where the Christmas tree is. So I went ahead and measured it out for us. It's 52 by 52 starting from the third block here. So first glass block here. So this is where it starts. So it's going to be, according to my calculations, it is 52 by 52. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Obviously some of this has to go. So this is how big one side's going to be. And now we got to go ahead and measure out the other side. So for context, this is how much land I'm going to be mining. That's a lot of land. But first I kind of want to get the outline and the shape of this. So first we're going to go ahead and just run to the mines and mine a bunch of cobblestone. Then with one magical woof, we're going to go ahead and get rid of this land and whoosh. Oh, it took me 2 hours to do. Oh, I watched another Avengers movie. Subscribe, my pain. Oh my god. So after my therapy session, I built the platform for the giant tree. And after about 2.5 hours, we finally got all this stuff done, and it snowed obviously like 10,000 more times. But now I just want to go ahead and spin it back over here, and I want to finally get some of these buildings done. We only have like 3 or 4 buildings, and I think it's like 3 plus a wishing well. Don't quote me on that, but we're done with this district after those 3 buildings. So yeah, let's get started.
See you over there staring, looking me up and down. Didn't your mama teach you any manners? 'Cause man, that's not how you get a girl's attention. It's definitely not how you get mine. Yeah, so listen up, cowboy, if you want me, this should buy you some time. You pick her up early on a Friday, come up on the porch.
And now we are officially done with the building of this district. Now we still have to put decorations down for everything, but we're gonna figure that out later, because for now I gotta go ahead and switch over to some other news. So I know how you guys are probably gonna be disappointed in the comments. Now I really don't want to hear anything, or else I'll find you. No, I'm just kidding. Over here, we're going to continue our little pathway from over here into a brand new section. Now, this is no longer the OG section of the build. So this is a more modernized section. We're going to grab a bunch of spruce, and we're going to grab a bunch of cobblestone and stone bricks, I think. So once again, as I'm mining these trees, I came up with another idea. It's definitely something with mining these trees. I just come up with genius ideas. But I'm going to build it out of stone bricks and spruce, but I'm also going to throw in one special block, and that's snow blocks, because I should build an igloo. Like, we're in a snow area. What am I doing? Let's go ahead and mine a little bit of stone for stone bricks. And now we got all the stone that we need. Now we're going to go ahead and transform all these snowballs into snow blocks. And now we can finally get started with this brand new area. And now this is what house 1 looks like, and it looks absolutely amazing. Now it's time to build a couple more houses. So cue the montage. Once again, there's like 50 montages in this video. I'm sorry, this is a very huge project. Apparently at some point I built the grounds for the clock thing, and I don't know when I did this, so I'm just gonna throw it in here because I'm an idiot. I officially built the mini town. Now obviously this isn't going to be as big because the mountain is kind of small, and this is the ugliest snow thing I've ever built. Like, why is there a Giat, bro? Anyway, now we're going to move on to the next area, which is actually going to be the area right below the other area thing. I don't know what this is called. We're going to bring in one more like this. And there we go. We officially have a little scuffed entrance. Now, it's not the same. Zombie, quit interrupting my video. Now, it's obviously not the same as the OG one. And once again, like I said before, this is not 100% the OG festive mode. Most of it is OG. Like the iconic POIs, like I said, are OG. But this one, this area is not. So for this next design, I need a little bit of quartz and some netherrack. Now this is kind of the source of the area. So this is kind of where we're gonna make a giant time travel machine. Not really giant, I'm gonna just build small. And I saw this very scuffed design on the internet because, you know, the internet's a W, right? I totally didn't find this off Reddit. Can you stop? Like, genuinely. It's supposed to be a beacon, but we don't have a beacon yet. And now around the area, we're gonna go ahead and just throw around some fire. So now we're gonna build a little platform here. Now we're going to put the OG release date of the Festive map. Reality, I don't know, like this. And then later on, when I get a bunch of blue stained glass, we're going to put like a giant rift area, like I said earlier, around this place. But now let's move on to one of the bigger projects that I've been holding off for a while. We're going to do it like this. So we're going to do the terrain first, then we're going to do the decorating. Then we're going to bring in the villagers. And then we're gonna do the tree and then this thing. And yeah, I think that's the final part. If I'm leaving anything out, I'll put it in the video right now. So yeah.
Hold on, yeah, you know me. Late night, all night, don't need no sleep. Ay. Hold on, okay now, don't speak. Ay. Get down, don't click down, on God on me.
Look at the landscape, guys. I mean, I think it's absolutely amazing that we did all this. Now the next thing we have to do is we have to decorate the area. So I'm gonna go grab some blocks, and now we're gonna head back because we need a bunch of wool for beds and for carpet. And not white wool, we specifically need one dye, which is red dye. Oh my god! I was drinking soda! That was a close call, dude. Now that everything's decorated and stuff, now it's time to finally move some villagers in here and have them have some kids. Now these villagers are freaks. 2 of them just walked out and they're about to have another baby. You gave the baby food? Oh, no. I want to go ahead and jump out of that, and I decided to change the phases up, so we're going to be building that very last. But look at this place, dude. It looks so good. We're not done yet. The styling is not done yet. We actually have to go to our base, and we have to make items for some of the following. We have to make it for the rift thing I was talking about, so we need a lot of light blue stained glass, and we need a lot of sand and gravel for concrete, for red and white Hey, I'm trying. Oh, yo! So the plan is I'm gonna grab a whole bunch of sand, and we have to grab a whole load of gravel. Now this build has taken a lot of stuff so far, so if you guys are enjoying the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I also want to apologize right now because the video is going to be a day late. This has taken me a very, very long time. And we got all the red concrete we need. Now we just have to wait for all this glass to smelt. So I'll get back to you guys on that. And now we're going to grab all of our glass that's smelted. And wha-bang, wha-boom, wha-bang. Light blue stained glass. Now I'll meet you guys back over at our place. And we are back. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over and make it daytime real quick. And now that it's daytime, we can finally get started with this project. So we go over to our area. We're going to start putting down some rift items. Because this area was rifted in, obviously. Just like Fortnite for real. And that is the rift of the area done. And as you guys can see, I mean, it's not really obvious, but you know, it shows that this place isn't 100% normal and that there is definitely something going on. The very next part is we're going to be building giant candy canes because, you know, you see them around the world occasionally. That is the ugliest candy cane I've ever built in my life, bro. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that and we're just gonna build small ones. And after about 20 minutes of doing that, we were left with all of these candy canes around. And oh my god, they look absolutely amazing, dude. Now this place is almost done. We are left with one final step for this, and that is building the tree and building the giant building. So first, for the tree, we gotta grab a bunch of spruce logs and a bunch of spruce leaves. Then I built a giant Christmas tree. Now I used one of the inspirations. I didn't build the exact Christmas tree from the Festive edition because once again, I don't know how to do that. I suck at building personally. So yeah, here's this. And now we have the Christmas tree set up. Now we just have to grab a bunch of paintings. Now I know you guys are probably wondering, like, why are we putting paintings on a Christmas tree? In the Festive pack, all those lights that you see on the tree, they're actually paintings. Time to flip on the Festive edition pack. So now we're gonna throw these paintings down and hope to God that we get what we need. Now, there is some stuff that we have to add, and that is why I need to go grab red dye again. And our Christmas tree looks a little dead right now, I'm not gonna lie, so I'm gonna go into the nether and grab some glowstone. Yeah, I brought it to life a little bit. That's good. But now we're finally gonna move on to this big clock building. This build might take the longest, I'm not gonna lie, because it's so complicated. So it shows that I need a whole crap ton of bricks, but I don't even have an automatic smelter. Possible thing next video, maybe. Instead of that, since it's a remix thing, I'm gonna go ahead and make this out of mangrove because I have an entire mangrove swamp over here, and you know, yeah, why not? Okay, I think I got enough. Hopefully. Maybe. So this build is going to take a long time because I have to swap from area to area. And I built the rest of this house and the interior. It took me about an hour and a half to build the rest, but I finally built the rest, which means we are finally done with this project. And now, with this final thing, we will officially be done with this entire project. It's done. This project took me over 50 hours to build, and it's insane. But I'm gonna go ahead and show a montage of this entire area. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate all of your guys' support. Road to 1,000 subscribers, so if you want to join that under 1,000 army, please make sure to leave that like and subscribe. Comment down below under 1,000. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Enjoy the montage.